Hello, collective. Welcome to the full moon reading for July the 21st, 2024. I've picked out the Goddess Oracle deck, and we're going to do the Moonology as well. I've shuffled the cards and laid out a three-card spread representing the Maiden, the Mother, and the Crone. The Maiden represents new ideas or sparks of desires, asking what is stirring in you at this time. And the card that we got is number 13, Dano, and she represents spiritual learning and ascension. The reading we did yesterday for the collective was all about your spiritual initiation into ascension. So if you haven't seen that, I would go back and watch that as well. Where this ties into that, kind of expanding on that. Her affirmation for this card is, "My divine self is ever expanding with love." Her tarot card is the Hierophant. The pantheon is Celtic Irish. Danao is said to be the oldest of the Celtic deities from pre-Gaelic times of ancient earth-based spirituality. The Tuatha De Dananns, the children of Dano, followed her as their creator mother goddess, the essence of divine knowledge. She teaches of our oneness with divine source and the power to create the life we desire and fully connect with our soul. Our truth is always expanding. You are tuning into your wholeness. How do you wish to explore your spiritual self? As you expand, so does your higher being and the collective. And if you watch my video on my opening meditation, the visualization in that meditation is all about expanding with the collective. The Mother card represents how your ideas will grow and how you should nurture them. And in this idea, we're talking about your ascension, your spiritual ascension. So she is from the Dano is from the divination power goddesses, and she is from the strengths and gifts goddesses, and she represents how to nurture this ascension that's happening. She's from the Greek pantheon, strategy, clarity, intellect. Her affirmation is, "Through calmness, I access my wisdom and clarity." Athena is a war goddess, the wisest of the Greek goddesses. She is celebrated for using intellect over destruction. When Athena and Poseidon, the sea god, argued over the unnamed capital of Greece, it was decided that whoever gave the most useful gift to the people would become the patron of the city. Poseidon gifted a spring to the people so they would never face drought. However, the water was salty like the sea. Athena gifted them an olive tree, which the citizens preferred, as it would give them food, oil, and firewood. This is not a time for action, but for thought, planning, and strategy. Through calmness and a quiet mind, you can find insight. This very much ties in to what the cards were suggesting to the collective yesterday about going within. So time for inner exploration. It's the calm before the storm, as we are working on the next evolutionary step of humanity, which is it's a consciousness evolution. The Mother, the third card, is the Crone. It represents what lessons will be learned and what wisdom do you need. And this comes from the mystical power goddesses. It's the goddess Diana, number 39. She represents the first quarter moon. Her pantheon is Roman. She's a Roman goddess. And her keywords here are action and focused intent. Her affirmation, "I take action focusing on what is important to me." She is a moon deity and goddess of the hunt. Diana is the female counterpart of Zeus. Her name even means goddess. Diana is guardian of the forest and wild animals who reside there. Strength, determination, concentration, and commitment are needed during this lunar phase. Tap into your ability to manifest and work your prosperity magic. Focus your aim and prioritize what's essential. What is essential for you to continue your ascension? It's a good time for strategizing and planning. Thinking about in your calm center, let yourself focus in on what it is that you'll have to take action on with focused intent. Now let's take 4 Moonology cards. Angels, spirit guides, please guide these cards and expand on what the goddesses are sharing with us. Thank you for your loving guidance and protection. Your love and presence makes all the difference in our lives, and we are truly grateful. That's 1. That's 2. Oh, that's 3. So I've got cards 1, hold your vision. Card 2, don't let pride get in your way. Card 3, adjustments are required. And card 4, nothing will come of this situation. No. I didn't cut. Hold on. Heard my head. No, you cut the cards. All right. Emotions are running high. Okay. So the 4 cards from the Moonology deck. Card number 1 represents what's rising up in me between now and the full moon. This will be published 2 days before the full moon, either that or the day before. So this is kind of your current energies, what's rising up right now between now and the full moon. And the card is Hold Your Vision, which is a fixed moon. I'll show you what it looks like. There are 2 main possibilities with this card. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever situation you're in. The second, very different interpretation, is that something is stuck. That could be referring to the situation you're asking about. If that's the case, have a think about what you can do to grease the wheels so that events move forward. Are you being stubborn? If so, that's great, because if you really want things to change, there's a solution. Stop digging your heels in. Be the one to break a deadlock. With 2 interpretations for this card, it's up to you to decide what's going on and which meaning applies to you. This offers up a chance for some self-reflection. To attune to the moon, just say the word a lot and see how it... Yes. Just say the word a lot and see how it feels. Yes. The additional meanings for this card: staying in power, faith, or patience are needed. Or someone needs to back down. Avoid stagnation. A personal or professional relationship will be enduring. The teaching in astrology, there are 3 quadruplicities: the cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. The fixed signs can be stubborn, so anything that's just starting as you draw this card may well last longer. Remember, we each have all the star signs in our chart. It's just the way the astrological wheel works. So there's no judgment when we say that while it's admirable how much staying power of fixed signs have, they can also be obstinate. So, in this position of what's coming up between you and the full moon, it's like, are you standing your ground and standing firm about something that you believe in, or are you being stubborn and just digging your heels in and stagnating? So ask yourself, go within and ask yourself, Am I standing for what I believe in, or am I just being stubborn about something? The second card is, what's the solution to any challenges you face right now? And you have the full moon in Leo. It says, don't let pride get in your way. This is ego. And in the reading yesterday, we saw the dark and the light beings. Ego is what keeps us safe. But sometimes our growth is outside of our comfort zone. So ego, don't let ego get in your way, because it can get in the way of growth. So have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? This could be about being stubborn. This is also a fixed sign, remember. Is the question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about your heart, thinking of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can be over the top. This card may come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. The more the thought and the more love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help all of your relationships. Attune to the moon. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Additional meanings for this card. Self-esteem is good. Vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. Creative urges should be allowed and should be followed. Work some magic. A friendship may be ending now. The teaching. When the full moon comes into Leo, it can be a wonderfully bright time where people feel more confident to show the world their talents and assets. The upside of this lunation and of this card, no matter when you pull it, however, take note that the Leo full moon combination creates a sort of tension between your needs and the needs of people in your networks. Leo full moon is a time to release pride. So this is, the solution to any challenge that you're facing now. The third card represents the advice, and it says adjustments are required. It's the third quarter moon. Third quarter moon. Oh, I dropped it. Here we go. Think of yourself as a vessel that has been filled more and more over the past few weeks. Some of what has come your way may have been wonderful, but there is also a lot of negativity that you need to let go. Whatever situation you're asking about now, be honest about whether there are toxic emotions involved, which you need to release into the ethers. This card also comes with the promise that all is not lost. However, there are changes or adjustments required before you will get where you want to be. A change, of course, is forecast now that recent events have been understood and acted upon. There may also be a crisis now, which will remind you what you want and what it's time to let go of. So pay attention. Attuned to the moon, I am reevaluating the situation. Maybe there is a friendship that's ending, or a relationship that's ending. Some kind of toxic relationship that you need to let go of seems to be poking up for some of you out there. Release is needed. Letting go of toxic situations, toxic emotions. Sometimes that means just forgiving people or forgiving yourself. Nobody is perfect. Additional meanings for this card. Your life may be out of balance, and this may be causing your issues. It may be time to hatch a whole new plan. Something new and exciting is around the corner. Trust may be required to move this situation forwards. The teaching. At the time of the third quarter moon, we know where we have been. But where are we going? The moon is now a half moon and slipping away from us as it catches less and less light, moving towards her full disappearance at the new moon. It's a time of falling away and a time to reevaluate. No matter when you draw this card, the teaching is to release and trust. Which kind of, that's falling right underneath Athena, who says, hey, It's time to, get into our calm center and plan and strategize. So adjustments are required before we get things put into action. And this is also touching Diana, which is, the action card, and the card of Leo, which is a fire sign, very active, saying that, don't let pride get in your way. So the advice is to, trust and that something more exciting is coming out into your life, and, look for the things that are out of balance, and make a plan on how you're going to get things back into balance. The final outcome card is the supermoon. Emotions are running high. Hello, supermoon. Supermoon. Emotions are running high. This card suggests that the answer to whatever you're asking is writ large, like the silvery full moon set against the velvety night sky. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job or relationship, the answer is very. To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up, but you may find there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking don't come along every day, so take action. Success is close. I must trust is the attuned to the moon. And also this card, and the advice is telling you to trust. Additional meanings for the card. A resolution to your question is closer than you may think. Don't ignore the obvious, what's under your nose. Something exciting lies ahead. Make sure you don't blow events out of proportion. Speak to the goddess, ask for her assistance. The teaching? A supermoon is a new or full moon that takes place when the moon is at its closest point to the Earth during its monthly orbit, or an event known as perigee. If it's a full moon, the moon appears about 14% bigger at this time. The moon is known as the Queen of Emotions, and if you draw the supermoon card, regardless of when you do this, you can expect your feelings to be more highly charged. And as you are in the ascension process, as we all are, and I believe that the followers or the collective that watch these readings are definitely on the path of ascension. Anybody who's looking into tarot is on the path of ascension. Water, please. Thank you. And as that happens, you're going to be more sensitive. You're going to be, your emotions will be more highly charged. Everything will be more highly charged. The things that are irritating will be even more irritating. The things that are uncomfortable will be even more uncomfortable. But the things that are that you find joy in will be even more joyous. So your emotions will be running high, and it will be very important to remember to drink water, take time to rest, and do self-care, which is, pampering yourself, but also taking care of your nuts and bolts, greasing the wheels, making sure everything is functioning correctly. And so sometimes self-care is also things that are more drudgery, but they're also equally important. So my overall impression of this reading, it definitely ties into the reading I did yesterday for the collective about the ascension process. And we're kind of in this liminal space right now with that. All of humanity really is in this space right now where we're in between what has been and what will be, and what is unfolding into the world right now. And so hold your vision, keep your shadow self in check, make adjustments where they are required, and know that your emotions are going to run high. This is a spiritual learning, ascension process. And divination can help us map this out when we are feeling like we're stumbling around in the dark. But currently, take the time to go through these processes. Extrapolate your wisdom out of it and make your plans and your strategy for how you can best put your intentions into focused action. That's the reading. I think it's wonderful. It's very encouraging. I think amazing things are coming into our lives right now, and we just have to stay the course. Sometimes I think that this is more about standing strong in our desire for ascension. Of course, for some, it will be maybe we're being stubborn about certain things that we need to let go of, release doubt, release fear, release lack mentality, and open up and be ready to receive. Let's take one from Metatron to wrap up this reading. Archangel Metatron, open your book and give us your guidance and your advice. The collective, Metatron. Archangel Metatron, thank you for your love and your advice. Thank you for always being with us and taking care of us. What would you like to tell the collective to wrap up this reading? Go all the way through. Okay. We have water, emotional well-being. Yes, it's about looking after our emotional well-being. As emotions are running high right now, if you feel like you gotta cry, cry. Water is good. Your tears not only cleanse the toxins out of your life, but out of the world as well. Every tear that falls is bleeding away toxins and letting go of emotions. And if they're tears of joy, those are watering the joys of the earth and are very healing to the planet. So let the tears fall. And guard your emotional well-being. If there are people in your life that hurt your emotions, distance yourself from those people. Detach from your caring about what other people think about you or about what you're doing. If they try to drag you down, detach. Snip, snip. And gold, cup of replenishment. There is so much love in the universe that showers down on you, and you just need to open up this cup of love and receive it, and it overflows in its abundance. It's golden. It's abundant. There's an eternity symbol in this card, in the light. That means there's always enough. It's a never-ending flow of love that you are a part of. When you raise your vibrational frequency to this higher love, you become an open channel for love. It's like taking a cup out of the river. The river is going to replace that as soon as you take it out. It's just a continuous flow, an internal flow of love that you are becoming an open channel for. It will fill you, it will spill out of you, and it will fill the world. Thank you, Metatron. Thank you. Okay, that's going to wrap up the reading. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. That's what builds the channel, and we'll reach more of our collective that way. We're all a part of this work together. Stay blessed. I love you so much.